Hello, I'm Dave Llewellyn. Here are your headlines from 7 Action News. A toddler is in the hospital with serious injuries after shooting himself with a pellet gun. It happened on the 4000 block of Bedford on Detroit's east side Friday. The 2-year-old boy got his hands on that gun and shot himself in the face. Detroit police say it's another case of irresponsible gun ownership. The child's father was taken into custody. Based on evidence found, police are also investigating to determine if the house is serving as a chop shop. The lodge at 10 Mile is back open after a freeway shooting investigation. A driver told Michigan State Police he was in the middle lane when he heard a couple of pops Friday. That's when he says he saw another man hanging out the window of a car holding a handgun. The freeway was shut down while police looked for evidence. We're told no one was hurt. A high school freshman is facing charges over a school threat. Police traced the threat against Southgate Anderson High School to a 15-year-old girl. We're told she's a student who admitted sending those messages. Police took her to the youth home with charges pending. Now to the pandemic as Michigan wraps up another week recovering from the Omicron surge. The state reports more than 1,800 new cases over the last 2 days, an average of about 900 a day. There were also 68 more deaths. 54 of them identified during a review of vital records. As numbers decline, the U.S. auto industry is making face masks optional at plants that are not located in high-risk counties. The changes follow new CDC guidelines. GM, Ford, and Stellantis will tell workers when the change is effective at their plants. Here now, Chief Meteorologist Dave Rexroth with a check of your 7 First Alert forecast.
Thank you, David. There's a lot going on this weekend, and I think what you probably remember most will be the wind on Sunday morning. From 4 a.m. to noon, we already have a high wind watch for everybody except Lenawee and Monroe County. You'll probably get into an advisory. The watch will probably turn into a warning. A gust could easily go to 50 miles an hour or higher. That could be some power line problems, obviously. We'll keep track of that for you for the weekend. It does get to 55 late Saturday. There's not much wind tonight or Saturday. That 55 is very late in the day, probably 6 or 7 in the evening, so give it some time to warm up. 61 on Sunday is actually very early in the heart of that wind in the morning, and then temperatures are cooling down through the rest of the day. 38 and dropping on Monday. Rain and snow could change to all snow.